Welcome.
You are watching Line Screw 1.
Well, hello tubers, hope you're doing well wherever you are in this crazy YouTube universe. It's funny, even though I'm here in Europe, I still get comments from older videos about Bob Wells and cheap RV living, because over the years I've analyzed his philanthropic endeavors and things he's been up to, and he's a very peculiar individual. Of course, he's entitled to be as unique as he wants to be, but he has a very big problem that he'll never address publicly because he can't. He's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, and I'm going to explain myself very carefully here so you understand exactly what I'm trying to get at. Now, some of the recent comments I've received are, how Bob Wells has ruined the entire RV lifestyle because of, he's telling people where to go do things, and it's kind of, too many people have jumped on the bandwagon and kind of destroyed it for those who have been doing it for a long time already. But his problem is much bigger than that. If you look at how successful his poverty brand is, because it's essentially a poverty brand, he's become the pope of poverty homelessness in the van dweller RV life community. And just like the Pope swears to be living a very poor lifestyle, but won't give up any of the money. Of course, he does have that charity, but if you look at the books on the publicly available numbers, I think the most recent stuff is still not available, but if you look at the first few years where barely more than 50% of the money was going towards any help towards people, which is kind of sad, because if over 50% of the money's being burned up in expenses and employment costs to run the charity, why even bother? It'd be so much easier for Bob to just write a check. If somebody needs money, just writes a check. There you go. There's nothing stopping people from giving away money. I mean, we all give away money to charities, and not all of us are in it for some sort of tax break. I mean, it's nice if you can, but really, he could have just done that. But it's much even deeper than that, because if you look at the numbers of how much money he's generating from his channel, and he's obviously getting sponsorship deals, and he's still got his pension, and all these gifts and things that he promotes, you add it all up, the guy went from living on a modest pension, and now he's got what, Social Security, the pension, the sponsorship dollars, the YouTube channel making six figures. It's probably $200,000 a year. And I don't know about you, but that's part of the American dream. I have no problem with him spending his money. In fact, I want him to, but that's his problem. He can't publicly spend money. He's become a victim of his own success, because he can't continue to be a poverty guru and video these struggling women out in the desert living in a Toyota Prius on $900 a year and extolling the virtues of how wonderful of a lifestyle it is, and you can do it also. Meanwhile, he's pulling $200,000 a year, and he could be in a villa in Spain right here with me with some fly honeys. I'm not suggesting he is, but he has to be super secretive and careful with his spending, because it'll ruin his brand. And look, he's a lefty liberal, I'm a conservative right-winger, so I have no problem with him spending the money. I have no problem with him being successful. That's what we all want to do in life. That's what I do. And I spend my money how I wish. But he has to secretly spend it, because if he gets caught living in a gated community in Palm Desert and living the good life, it's over. It's completely over. If he suddenly wants to buy a fancy car, it's over. If he suddenly wants to buy a $500,000 Class A RV and enjoy that from the money that he has, it's over. It's all over. So he's kind of painted himself into this horrible corner where he's successful, and I think it's great, but he can't spend it, at least not publicly. So where's the money going, Bob? Because the whole charity, you wrap yourself in the cloak of, I'm a philanthropist and I'm going to help people and all this. Great. But so much money is just ruined in terms of administrative overhead with the charity. I don't get it. I really don't get it. So what is Bob gonna do with all the money, and how long is he gonna keep secretly squirreling it away and not publicly spending it? Because he knows people will go, hey dude, you're no poverty guru now that you got money. And that's the smoking elephant in the corner. Got a nice big fat cigarette going. And of course, you know, I'm a jerk for even asking the question and broaching the subject. You know, like I'm a horrible person for using my constitutionally protected freedom of speech to even question this. But other people have hinted at it in my comment section over the years. And I think a lot of people who know him, they're aware. And what's he gonna do? You know, it's a unique problem to have, granted, but I'm sure he'd love to just get on with his life, enjoy the money, but it's all over if he starts enjoying the money. And that's the whole reason we work. Hell, even here in Europe, my money's still flowing in. The exchanges just opened in Toronto and New York, and I made money today. A lot more than just enough to buy a sandwich. And that's what capitalism's for. And he's participating in this capitalist endeavor, and yet he's not able to enjoy the fruits because his whole brand is poverty. And taking advantage of filming these, you know, downtrodden people who are struggling and saying, hey, look, here's a video. There's a person living on Social Security, $950 a month in the desert, and look how great it is, and look how it can be done, and you can do it too. Well, no, I take the different perspective as a conservative. I say, look, I believe in you. I believe in the system. I believe if you work hard, you do some conservative thrift, and you position yourself appropriately, and over time you will improve. I mean, we're born into this world with no money, at least those of us who were born into this world with no money, and we get through it. We get through it fine. We make some money, we spend some money. Hell, I would not be in Europe right now if I was not successful enough to afford to be here. Because my budget to be here, it ain't small. So, why can't Bob enjoy some of that money? Well, because the whole brand, the whole purpose, the whole mission, it's all down the toilet if he actually enjoys his success. Gladly, I didn't choose the branding that he did because I would just enjoy the success because I'm a capitalist. I'm not ashamed of that. So here he is. He's a lefty poverty guru with money, and he can't publicly spend it. What an odd thing to do to yourself. And you know, he's got a weird personality. I've met the guy, and you know, he does kind of have that cultist personality. I don't know if he's deliberately cultivated that. He's not chill and easygoing. You know, anybody watching this, they could have a beer with me on the beach here in Portugal, and I'm just a regular person. I'm just trying to make my way through life and enjoy it, because it's going to be over soon. So when will Bob just start publicly saying, screw it, I got all this money, you know, sucks to be you ain't got the money, and I got the money now, and I'm going to spend it, rather than secretly hiding what he's doing and what he's spending his money on, because that's essentially what he's doing, because nobody in their right mind doesn't enjoy it. Hell, even the Catholic Church are sitting all out on that money, and they enjoy it, and they ain't giving it away. And they're at the apex level of emperor poverty gurus. You know, the Catholic Church has been doing that for years. So anyway, you guys put your comments down below in the comment section and tell me what your thoughts are on Bob Wells and Cheap RV Living's situation, because it's just getting more weird as the years go by. So anyway, beautiful sunny day here on the Algarve in Portugal, and I'll see you in the next video. Over and out.
I say life forgiving what you got. So now tell me, are you coming on my breakthrough? I'm gonna break through you. It's when the signs are all holding true. If that's the last thing I'll ever do, I'm gonna break through to you. I'm gonna break through to you. It's a fact, not a point of view. If it's the last thing I'll ever do, I'm gonna
got you, I got you, I got you.